Mama, I found
trying to tell me that you do not believe in the natural ability of the white man to dominate the black?
That's correct, sir. Slaves aren't born, they're made.
Meaning no offense, Abe. But you yourself told me that you started out as a bound boy in the Tidewater, 7 years servitude.
I bound I was. Driven to the field with a cup and a curse, same as them. But at the end of 7 years, I was free. Now you take one of your hands here. 7 years from now, he'll still be black. He'll still be a slave. Because it's fear. And the whipped out of it, that's what makes a slave.
Now, Brother William, what say you? We're loggerheads here, Ames and I. We need a third vote to break the deadlock.
Well, I'm not so arrogant as to challenge a man at his own specialty. However, Ames spends more time with blacks than he does with whites. Stands to reason that he knows them very well.
John, I don't mean to intrude, but...
You're not intruding, my love. What is it?
Well, the blacks are inferior to us. They have much less intelligence, and they are incapable of learning all but the most basic of concepts, yes?
Yes, most hold to that, my dear.
Well, then why should we be afraid to teach them? If they are incapable of learning, then how can it be a crime to teach them to read? And if they can be taught to read, then they must be capable of learning. Well, I'm sure I've overlooked something I just don't understand.
Do you know I've seen bears taught to dance, too? But I never thought it a graceful sight. Surely not a natural one.
Then you think they can be taught to read?
Yes, probably in the most rudimentary fashion, but that's where the danger lies. You see, my dear, a slave is ignorant. I mean, he eats and drinks and sleeps and labors and is happy. Now, if we allow him to learn to read, he begins to think and reflect. Then he becomes most unhappy, miserable. No. They have a simple spirit, and I think we serve them best by making our demands of a like nature.
Well said, William. Very well said.
Do you think they have feelings? I mean, like we do.
Well, I think they have needs and hungers and passions, but no, not precisely as we do.
Needs and hungers and passions. My, such talking from a doctor, too.
Well, a doctor's best medicine is an open, honest relationship with his patient, and I was just giving you an honest answer.
Now, that's enough, you two, enough. My brother has a way with children and ladies, and I envy him the gift.
I have some fancy theories. I like to show him life in the raw. Like that hand you bought 4 months back off the slaver, the one you gave Fiddler to break.
Toby, how's he doing, Mr. Ames? Only 2 more months before my birthday.
Well, Fiddler's doing his best. But he's still in chains, if that answers your question.
Still in chains after 4 months? John, that's not usual, is it?
Well, he is not usual, my dear.
No, it's not like when your nigger is born here, knowing only slavery. He's freeborn. That's dangerous. But you know, he's a smart nigger. Still won't answer to Toby.
You contradict yourself, Ames. If he's too slow to learn his own name.
No, Doctor, he knows his own name. It's the new name we gave him he doesn't want to answer to. There's a difference.
Hey, Mary. Oh, afternoon, Fiddler. How's Sarah? Oh, she right enough, I reckon. Cooking in the big house. Doing right enough by Master Reynolds, judging from the size his belly getting to.
He just ain't busy. He ain't gonna be able to see his business no more.
No point in looking in the business if there ain't nobody interested in buying. You're a terrible man.
That's right.
Ain't it the truth?
That's right.
Yeah, you give your hand with that thing. There you go.
Ain't bang them books, instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books, instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books, instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books, instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Instead of trying to be something y'all ain't. Ain't bang them books. Ain't bang them books. Be something y'all ain't. Trying to
peace, praying for peace, but I'm playing for keeps. Realize beneath my beliefs, I'm deep when I'm unleashed. I dwell alone, study words on tablets made of stone. An everlasting covenant that bring peace to my home. Goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. Wages of sin and costly had me paying the price. Nightmares antagonize me nightly, they replace my dreams. Yom HaKippurim annually, it had me on my knees. Broken systems that can hold no water. Found my bros and sisters guilty and my sons and daughters. Long suffering and plenty, it's some mercy. No, I'm not worthy, but I'm blessed. How can the nations curse me? How goodly are thy tinsel, Jacob? The lost sheep in a deep sleep this morning, and we finna wake up. We point a weapon out of ox and give me all the lechem. Tell bearing gossip, turn around and say shalom aleichem. Let's readdress our GPS, we in the wrong direction. Redirect your finger pointing to your own confessions. That's right. We were chosen for vessels. It's Jehovah who bless you. Don't think you special and forget you sold Joseph for shekels. So for 20 shekels, feed by 10 plagues. We could be amongst the dead instead. Stay on point and in the temple like Yael's 10 peg. Now that's a bar. Let Daniel be your avatar. And practice faith in Yah and watch how far it carry y'all. We eat the king's food, swan, lobster, caviar. But we won't lose the moon and stand still, valley of Ajalon. And Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord delivered the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, sun stand still upon Gibeon, and you moon in the valley of Ajalon. Joshua chapter 10
wandered
verse 12.
aimlessly till we obtained that was salvation. The wilderness was the womb that gave birth to our nation. We don't run from no demon, they just follow you, so we face them. Survived against perilous odds remains in our nation. We wandered aimlessly till we obtained salvation. The wilderness was the womb that gave birth to our nation. We don't run from no demons, they just follow you, so we face them. Survived against perilous odds remains in our nature. Like in the day the sun and the moon stood still. Continuation of righteous kills. Atmospheric phenomenon occurred at our will. Lit it to fill with corpses of the enemy. Till this day it remains a mystery, unsolved anomaly. It ain't no secret why they can't figure us out. I be trying to tilt cause heart rocks crumble when I decide to shout. No way out of your feeble forces cause it's decimated. Being oppressed, it's not the norm, I can't get acclimated. It ain't my custom to accept defeat. So martyrdom is more appealing. Fear don't exist cause it's for the weak. I raise the heat at the peak of the day, interrupt the solar and lunar rotation and further cause dismay. Why you don't my shemesh? Why ya reyak amada yikom goy avabiki bon ayalone. History rich is written in stone, but we poor-minded. Somewhere along the line, we lost purpose, we gotta find it. And if that means death for freedom, then I don't mind it. Don't play hide and seek with yourself, call that selective blindness. Walking around mindless, absolutely moronic. Rather entertain foolishness and cluelessness, and it's ironic. Demonic practices became the norm. Everybody witches and warlock, but can't seem to stop the storm. Meteorologists, scientists, and biologists can't predict the level of carnage coming, cause they're powerless. Ain't no accumulated arms or nuclear bombs able to change the outcome of prophecy. I'm trying to warn them, take it as scorning, call it whatever you want it. It's a known fact, nation don't survive after they harmed us.
And Joshua spoke to the Lord on the day when the Lord delivered the Amorites before the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of Israel, sun stand still upon Gibeon, and you moon in the valley of Ajalon. Joshua chapter 10 verse 12.
We wandered aimlessly till we obtained our salvation. The wilderness was the womb that gave birth to our nation. We don't run from no demons, they just follow you, so we face them. Survived against perilous odds remains in our nature. Wandering aimlessly till we obtained our salvation. The wilderness was the womb that gave birth to our nation. We don't run from no demons, they just follow you, so we face them. Survived against perilous odds remains in our nature.
Valley of Ajalon, Maureen, Shah, Ben Mishael David, 11 Music Entertainment, bars are back. Yeah.
Shalom, shalom. We hope and pray everybody is well and will be better. This is your brother and friend Yeshaya Israel of the house of Dan of the nation of Israel. In this particular presentation, if I can be heard well and people are in good spirits, please press the number 4. If I can be heard well and people are in good spirits, please press the number 4. In this presentation, brothers and sisters, it is not on Facebook Live. However, it is on Mora Yeshaya Old Testament, Mora Yeshaya Torah Lessons, Mora Yeshaya Hebrew Lessons, Mora Yeshaya history lessons 1 and 2. So, brothers and sisters, we are on 5 different platforms, but we're now on Facebook Live this time. And thank you, my friend, Learn a Lot in that particular case and typing that in. The song that you heard was by my friend Shemaiah and my friend Yaya, who, as you heard, are very good in the rapping world. I tried to call myself rapping, and it didn't work out, brothers and sisters. But interesting is that I wound up getting into the matter of writing, and that worked out, thank the Most High, pretty well. You understand? So what we're going to do is pull up the PowerPoint presentation, asking you all to comment, like, share, and subscribe. We hope you do. We hope you enjoy it. And brothers and sisters, as we get into this, let us if you care to, leave a comment. I can be reached at 908-587-4841. All right. Okay, we'll do it like this. Thank you for that, family. Let's pull this up. And according to what I can see, I can be seen in this. All righty. Now, as pointed out, family, we can be reached at 908-587-4841. That's by text, and that is also by regular call. The email is yyisrael22@yahoo.com. On my Instagram, the name is Yeshaya Inauthor, YESHIAHANAUTHOR. And on TikTok, my name is simply More Yeshaya, MOREH, and Yeshaya, YESHIAH. Brothers and sisters, I am somewhat new to the whole massive amount of internet sites, such as TikTok and so on. I see that it's very busy. I have yet to really make a TikTok video, and I intend to do so. So if there's anyone who happens to have any ideas or constructive criticism to make the promotions better and so forth, I am definitely open to such. All right. You are welcome to take screenshots. We're going to go over the books that a brother wrote, and we're asking you, if you look into the description, you will see where the links are for each of the books to get online. Thank you for that, family. New pricing of the books, $10 forever. 2 reasons for that. 1, each of these books are a part of the bigger book that we're going to be going over. You understand? So look at the book on the left-hand side with the blue cover. It's chapter 4 of the book that we're going to be talking about, which is the bigger book. The book in the middle is, brothers and sisters, chapter 2 of its bigger book. And on the right-hand side, from Avaris to Alabama, is, brothers and sisters, chapter 2 of its bigger book. So these are things just to bring out for promotional purposes. All right. And again, as you see my numbers across the screen, I can be reached 908-587-4841. We intended to do this last night, but after the last presentation I did last night, I don't mean to sound funny in saying this, I ate and went to sleep. All right. So doing it now, and hopefully people who care to get these books will get them. Thank you for that, family. Why we are Old Testament based. This is a book, brothers and sisters, that I wrote and released back in 2017. This is one of the most, if not, I'm going to go there as far as saying this, the most controversial book that a brother has written. You understand? Many Israelites are what you would say is Messianic. You understand? And the theme of this book is to give answers to brothers and sisters from us as Old Testament based or Tanakh based brothers and sisters about why we say what we say and so forth and so on. Why do we believe what we believe and so forth and so on. So after several discussions concerning this kind of matter, I felt it became incumbent upon me to sit there and present this for the masses of people who care to know. We know that there are prophecies in the Old Testament that have not come to pass yet. If we can see that there are laws forever and prophecies that have not come to pass yet, all in the Old Testament, how do we fathom a concept of a New Testament? How can there be, I am asking, a matter of there being a New Testament when there are prophecies in the Old Testament that have not come to pass yet? Should not all the prophecies and say the said Old Testament come to pass before you have a New Testament? If things in the Old Testament to this day are not fulfilled and still have to be fulfilled according to the wording in the Old Testament, then how do we have a New Testament? That is what I'm asking in that particular case. History untold to the masses. Deuteronomy 28, 15 and 68. So what we're seeing here with the brown cover here, on this one here on the left side with the blue cover, this one with the blue cover is part of this one here with the brown cover. All right. Ancient Ethiopia, also known as Kush or Kush, whether spelled with a K or a C, formed an empire in much of the same location as the present-day country of the same name. Both the Roman Moray and the Greek Ethiop indicate more than one ethnic group. Herodotus, for example, held that Ethiopians occupied all of Africa, south and west of Libya. Europeans used the words Moor and Ethiopian almost interchangeably to indicate a Black African. So what are we pointing out in this? Now, what we're reading is part of each of the books that we're talking about. When the brother subtitled this, History Untold to the Masses, my point in subtitling that is this kind of matter right here. How does one deal with linguistics, be it Greek or Latin? What were the generic or byword names given from one people to the next? That is what this particular paragraph covers. And this is from the book that you see there, which if you go in the description, you will see the link, say for such. All right, family? So just want to point that out in that particular case. Let's continue, family. From Assyria to America, the 12 tribes are in derision. The new name of the province, Syria Palestina, was normally, if not consistently, used after this date. It, too, celebrates the purging of the Jewish heritage from the land. Archaeological surveys confirm a considerable depopulation of Judea in this period. An unknown proportion of the refugees must have fled into the diaspora. So what can we say concerning this, cited from the book here about from Assyria to America? Assyria being an ancient empire, America today being an empire. You know what I mean, brothers and sisters? So now, let's look at this, if we will. Who named it Syria Palestina, if not the Romans? And when we read right here, when it says archaeological surveys confirm a considerable depopulation of Judea, where did they go when it says they went into, say, the diaspora? Where were they dispersed? And were they in derision while being dispersed? According to the book of Brother wrote, yes. So this book, again, you can get online for $30 for those who are interested. All right? So let us continue, brothers and sisters. From Assyria to America, Part 2. John Oldreby states, many Jews are scattered over this region. Some natives, boasting themselves of Abraham's seed, inhabiting both sides of the river Niger. Others are Asian strangers who fled thither, either from the desolation of Jerusalem by Vespasian, or from Judea wasted and depopulated by the Romans, Persians. So, brothers and sisters, let's look at this right here. If this right here is saying in this book, From Assyria to America, about the unknown proportion of the refugees must have fled into the diaspora, meaning from Judea, meaning the people of Judea that went into a diaspora was dispersed. And here we see in part 2 of From Assyria to America about John Oldreby in the 17th century speaking about Asian strangers who fled there, meaning there into the Niger, either from the desolation of Jerusalem by Vespasian. Now, Vespasian was the father of Titus, also the father of Domitian. And we already going over the matter of what happened with Titus in the matter of 70 AD. You understand? So these are things that we care to sit there and say, bring out for reference purposes. This book you can get online, say for $20. Israelite history as it relates to the world. My mammy Junie was a queen in Africa. They kidnaps her and steals her away from her throne and fetches her here to Wake County in slavery. Now let's look at this. Slave testimony of Ann Parker from North Carolina. How can we, knowing these kind of things and can research these kind of things, ever think that what is referred to as us being put in slave ships and shipped across from Africa to the Americas is not accurate? That is one of the reasons why these books are written. That seemed to be maybe within the past 10 years a theme of some people. We are not going to let the blood of our ancestors be minimalized. Oh, it's just 3%, 6%. No, don't sit there and come with that song. You understand? Because the population of the world today is not the population of the world during the time of the Atlantic slave trade. And the population of the world during the time of the Atlantic slave trade is higher than the population of the world 1,000 years before that. So now when we start to talk about 3% or 6%, why is it a marginalized kind of matter? And we've been pointing this out, especially on the platform Mori Yeshaya History Lessons. There is a presentation there, all right? We're going to, if we will, brothers and sisters, put it into this chat here. Thank you for that. All right. Looking at it like that, if we will. Right. And we're going to go here, Daniel 7 and the Atlantic slave trade. All right, looking at it like that. Pull this up. And brothers and sisters, go to the StreamYard here and post it for those who are interested. And you can sit there and watch that, brothers and sisters, and say your own time. Now, brothers and sisters, let us get back into this particular matter here, right? When you have people, speaking of their mothers and fathers, being taken from, say, Africa and brought to the Americas, and we start talking about the Dolben Act of 1788, brothers and sisters, and other matters and so forth, while in no disrespect intended, the understanding given by William Lawrence Katz in his book called Black Indians, that there were black people shipped from the Western Hemisphere to the Eastern. That's not denied. In the book, brothers and sisters, here, a brother spoke about how Amerigo Vespucci took people who were deemed Indians in the West and brought them over to Europe. Christopher Columbus did the same thing. They brought slaves from America over to, brothers and sisters, the West, into the East, into Europe and so forth. People who promote what our brother's promoting about the Atlantic slave trade going west. We do not deny that the Atlantic slave trade also went east. What people seem to do, having spoken with people about this over the course of some years now, is attempt to say that the Atlantic slave trade never came west but only went east. No, we have a problem in that case, because sadly what it boils down to is a hatred for Africa. Africa never had kingdoms. Africa didn't have empires. I can't see them having those kind of things. That is the spirit that leads into the thought of saying that it's impossible for a great people to have fallen and brought over into captivity, while never denying, though not promoting, the teaching about those who were great here in the West and shipped to the East. So, brothers and sisters, this is not to sit there and be redundant, but we definitely want to sit there and point this out for reference purposes. All right? Let's continue, family. This book you can get online for $20. Egypt took in writing. Let's read a part of it. The Hyksos were called that by the Greeks. They themselves were called Hyksos, and they were the rulers, not the regular people of the Asiatics. Thus, we should note, the people who were called Hyksos, Hyksos, did not call themselves such a term. The people called the Amu, Setu, Ritzenu, Kor, Dzahi, etc. did not call themselves such a term. For debate reasons, I want to explain that the term Semitic is also a misnomer. Shem is the Hebrew word. Sem is the Greek transliteration of such. Since Greek does not have an sh syllable, it is thus in metathesis said as Sem instead of the Hebrew Shem. Taking the understanding that Sem means mixed is not scholarly, and the roots and linguistics of a matter shows it to be the case. Scholars have stated that the Asiatics were the ones who introduced the metal weaponry to Egypt, as well as the use of the chariots. It should be noted that the Hyksos were not a set group of people, but rather, like the Apiru, a social class of Asiatics. The individual nation of the Asiatics belong to is Amalekite, Hebrew, Israelite, because not all Hebrews are Israelites, but yet all Israelites are Hebrews. Babylonian, Kassites, Assyrian, and in the Astasi papyrus, Edom. So you read about the people of Edom, brothers and sisters, in what is referred to as the Astasi papyrus. Now, you being the person listening to this presentation, be you a male or a female, do you know that you are evidence that your parents exist or existed? Why do I say that? Because a lot of times people would sit there and actually, and I don't mean to be funny in saying this, we may not know where our great-great-grandparents are buried, but yet they want us to sit there and pull up a picture of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Well, can you pull up a picture of such? We can sit there and ask, can we talk about our ancestors that was in the Civil War? And I don't mean to sound funny or disrespectful in saying it, because again, what it appears, and somebody actually put this online, is that, oh, the Atlantic slave trade didn't happen and the Israelite enslavement in Egypt didn't happen. That seems to be the real theme is. And it seems since Israel, black people, begin to talk about we are the children of Israel and speaking about it in the prophecy, the Bible's already been published and people have been reading it and people have been learning how to read. Now you have to try to deny the history of what has been presented or rewriting history, brothers and sisters, and say that particular case. Let's continue, family. Hebrew books. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 2. All right. Now, brothers and sisters, if you can see it or not, I'm not sure. But this is the Hebrew is Easy, Volume 1. And in the table of contents, we're going to read the table of contents of each of these Hebrew books. Introduction, the alphabet and the vowels, simple rules of Hebrew, simple understanding of masculine nouns, simple understanding of the qualistem, conclusion, bibliography, and about the author. And brothers and sisters, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 2. Let us look and see what this says in this table of contents. The Hey letter The standard was vowels. The pronouns, chapter 3. The feminine nouns in simple possession, hey to tau. Chapter 4, sentences, command form, prefixes, suffixes, and grammar. Chapter 5, biblical Hebrew discussed. Chapter 6, conclusion and acknowledgments. So that, brothers and sisters, is what we care to talk about, reading the table of contents of that in that particular case. All right? Let us, brothers and sisters, look at this here. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 3. All right? The easiness of the qual regular verb, the qual lamed hey verb, the qual lamed aleph verb, the qual ayin verb, the qual lamed chet verb, the lamed ayin of the qual stem, the ayin waw of the qual stem, the ayin yod of the qual stem, the qual pei nu verb, the qual pei yod verb, the qual pei aleph verb is discussed, brothers and sisters, in this book here, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 3. All right? Then we have, brothers and sisters, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 4. All right? And let us read the table of contents of such. The alphabet, there's a review on that. The masculine nouns, the masculine singular nouns, the masculine singular nouns and possession. Yad, yadi, rosh, roshi. Na'al, na'ali. Na'al meaning shoe. Na'ali meaning my shoe. All right? The qual masculine, the masculine plural nouns and possession. The feminine singular nouns in possession. The feminine plural nouns in possession. Acknowledgments, notes, and businesses of Hebrews. So that's what this one here gets into in that particular case. All right? Next we have here, Hebrew is Easy, Volume 5. And we ask you to subscribe to the channel there. Thank you. Table of contents. Greetings. I have, you have. Basic to complex sentences. Exodus 20, the commandments. Brothers and sisters. Conclusion and acknowledgments. So how do you say my brother? How you say my sister? That is what that gets into in that particular case. You understand? We ask you again to subscribe to the channel. Future books that we intend to have come out. From Assyria to America, Part 3. And another book called Slavery, 1619, The Cherished Date. Both pen named in honor of my father. May he rest in peace. Future Hebrew books. Hebrew is Easy, Volume 7. And Hebrew is Easy, Volume 8. So these 4 books, brothers and sisters, we intend to have come out for edification purposes. We hope and we pray, brothers and sisters, that everybody is well and will be better. I can be reached again at 908-587-4841. Shalom, my brother, Rob Chief Kazak Ben Uriel. Shalom. Learn a lot. Shalom to the people online. And if you go again in the description, you will see the link to all of the books that we spoke upon. All right. Also, brothers and sisters, there are ebooks that when you go to, let's show this right here if we will, real quick again. Thank you for that, family. Let's look at this real quick. All right. When you go say, okay, let's look at this here. Thank you for that, family. We call this one here the 3. This what you see right here, brothers and sisters, if it can be seen, good. Each of these books, when you go on Amazon.com, have an ebook version of it. So if you order this under the author name Yeshaya Yisrael, as you see spelled there, you can get the actual book itself, or you can get the ebook format of that. The bigger books do not have an ebook format. The Hebrew books do not have an ebook format. But these shortened versions of the history books do, for those who are interested. All right. So all of that is in the description. Thank you for your support. We hope and pray again that everybody is well and will be better. Shalom.